Welcome to English Unlocked, the oral mastery.
And welcome back to the deep dive. I am Jenny.
And I am Daniel. It is wonderful to have you here with us.
It really is. This is your favorite place, and ours, quite frankly, to learn easy English and just talk about real life.
Yeah, that is the mission. We are not just memorizing dictionaries here.
No, definitely not.
We are trying to unlock the ability to speak, to connect, and to really live your life in a second language.
Exactly. It is about mastery, right?
Yes.
Not just memory.
Right. And today we have a topic that I think is, well, arguably one of the most important skills for a language learner.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, it is probably one of the most important skills for a human being, period.
I agree completely. Whether you are prepping for a CEO-level meeting or trying to ask for a refund at a coffee shop.
Or just trying to get out of bed in the morning.
Yes, you
Yeah.
need this. Today, we're talking about self-control.
Self-control. It sounds like a heavy topic, a bit serious.
It is serious, but it is also the secret weapon. If you have it, everything gets easier. If you don't, even the simplest things can become total disasters.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So before we get into the psychology and the vocabulary, because we do have some fantastic words today,
We do.
I have to ask you a personal question. We are friends here.
Oh, boy. Okay.
How is your self-control today? Like right now,
You are putting me on the spot immediately, honestly.
honestly.
It is okay right now. But if you had asked me this morning,
Yeah.
it was tested. It was really heavily tested.
What happened?
Well, take me back to 6 a.m. It was dark. It was freezing cold outside.
Well, the worst.
And I was in that perfect, warm, cozy pocket of sleep. You know that feeling where the blanket feels like it is just hugging you?
Oh, I know it well. It is the best feeling in the world.
And then the alarm goes off.
Ruining everything.
That terrible, screeching digital noise.
The absolute worst sound.
In that split second, I didn't just feel tired. I felt this surge of pure, irrational anger.
Right.
Yes. I looked at my phone on the nightstand, and I had this vivid image in my mind of picking it up and just throwing it as hard as I could right out the window.
Defenestration of the smartphone.
Exactly. I wanted to hear it smash. I wanted to destroy the thing that was waking me up.
But looking at your phone now, it seems intact.
It is. Because I didn't do it.
You held back.
I had the impulse, the feeling was there and it was strong. But I took a breath. I reached over, I turned off the alarm, and I put my feet on the floor.
That is impressive, actually.
Well, that action, that tiny gap between I want to throw this and I am actually going to stand up, that is the definition of self-control.
It is fascinating when you break it down like that. Because I think a lot of people assume self-control means you just don't have the crazy thought.
You're right.
They think a disciplined person doesn't even want to throw the phone.
No, that is a robot, not a human.
Right?
We all have the crazy thoughts. We all have the anger, the fear, the extreme laziness,
The urge to eat the entire cake.
the urge to scream at a boss.
The urge to run away when it's time to speak English.
Exactly. So the core problem isn't the feeling itself.
No.
The core problem is what we do with it. And this brings us to the central analogy for today's deep dive.
Let's get into it.
I really love this image because it makes the concept so visual. I want everyone listening to imagine their life or their mind as a car.
A car. Okay, let's unpack this. I am picturing a sedan driving down a highway.
Perfect. Now, in this car, there is a driver's seat and there are passenger seats.
Okay.
The question is, who is driving?
Hopefully I am driving.
Hopefully. The rational you. The you that has goals. The you that wants to learn English, get a better job, be a good partner.
Right.
That version of you should be holding the steering wheel.
But the car isn't empty, is it?
No, the car is packed. And the passengers are your emotions.
Oh, boy.
You have anger sitting in the back seat. You have fear riding shotgun. You have laziness lying down in the back complaining.
And they are not quiet passengers.
They are terrible passengers. Anger is screaming, drive faster, cut that guy off, ram him.
Right.
Fear is grabbing the dashboard screaming, stop the car, it's too dangerous, turn around.
And laziness.
Laziness is saying, why are we even driving? Let's just pull over and nap.
This sounds like a very stressful road trip.
It is life.
Yeah.
Now here is the key to self-control. Most people try to kick the passengers out.
You want an empty car.
Right. They think, I need to get rid of my fear.
But you can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
They are a part of you. If you try to throw fear out of a moving car, you are going to crash.
That makes sense.
The goal of self-control is simply this. You acknowledge the passengers, you hear them, but you never ever let them touch the steering wheel.
I love that distinction. So if emotions drive the car, what happens?
If anger drives, you go too fast and you crash. If fear drives, You slam on the brakes in the middle of the highway and you get hit.
And if a laziness drives,
You never leave the driveway.
so the goal is to move from my feelings are controlling where this car goes to I hear my feelings, but I am controlling the reaction.
Precisely. That is the mission today. We want to give you the vocabulary and the mental tools to keep your hands on the wheel no matter how loud those passengers get.
So let's dig into the first major segment here. We need to talk about what this looks like internally versus externally.
Yes, managing internal reactions.
Because sometimes the passengers are screaming so loud that we feel like we are vibrating.
Exactly.
We have already defined self-control as managing actions even when feelings are strong. But there is a specific word in our research today that describes the result of that management.
Right.
That word is composed.
Composed. This is such a sophisticated word. If you are an English learner and you want to describe a leader or someone you admire, this is the word to use. Composed.
Let's look at the definition.
To be composed means to look calm on the outside, even if you are feeling a significant amount of stress or chaos on the inside.
It's the poker face.
It is, but it is more than just a blank face. It is an air of stability. Think about a swan or a duck on a lake.
Okay, the waterfowl analogy.
When you look at a swan gliding across the water, what do you see? It is elegant. It is smooth. It looks effortless.
It looks composed.
Exactly.
But if we had an underwater camera,
If we look underwater, those little webbed feet are paddling like crazy. Kick, 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 fighting the current, pushing the water. There is a lot of work happening.
I think this is where many learners get confused. They look at a native speaker or they look at a confident public speaker and they think, wow, it's so easy for them.
They think they aren't nervous at all.
Right.
And that is almost never true.
It's an illusion of composition.
Exactly. Let's take a specific scenario relevant to our listeners. Imagine you have to give a presentation in English.
Oh, the pressure. I can feel the physical reaction just thinking about it.
Maybe it is for work, or maybe it is just a toast at a wedding. What is happening inside the car of your body?
Well, the heart passenger is dancing. It's going boom, boom, boom against my ribs. My hands are sweating. My throat feels dry. Fear is screaming, you're going to forget the vocabulary. You're going to mess up the grammar.
It is a total internal storm.
Yes.
But if you are composed, what does the audience see?
They see me standing up straight. They see a smile. Maybe a small one, but a smile. They hear a steady voice.
Exactly. You force your shoulders down. You force your breathing to slow down. You align your external appearance with the goal, not the feeling.
That alignment is what it means to be composed.
Yes.
Is there a danger of being too composed? I'm just wondering, can it come across as not caring?
That is a great question. There is a difference between being composed and being indifferent.
Indifferent means you don't care.
Right. Composed means you care a lot. You might be terrified, but you are showing respect to the situation by keeping it together.
That makes sense. It's
Yeah.
about being professional. It's
Yeah.
about saying, I will not let my internal anxiety ruin this moment for everyone else.
Right. And here is the magic trick. Psychological research shows that if you act composed, if you force your body to stand tall and breathe slow, your brain actually starts to calm down.
Fake it until you make it.
Fake it until you become it. The passengers in the car see that the driver is calm, so they stop screaming so loud.
I love that.
Yeah.
So being composed is the strategy for the moment of high pressure. But let's transition a bit. Life isn't just big presentations.
No, it isn't.
Sometimes it's just a bad Tuesday.
The dreaded bad day.
We all have them. And I think for language learners, the bad day is very specific. You wake up, you spill your coffee.
Yes.
Then you get on a call with a client and you make a grammar mistake.
Okay.
Or you can't find the word schedule. You say schedule something.
You see their eyebrow go up.
Yes, that tiny movement. And immediately my brain says, okay, that's it. Stop everything. Today's a disaster.
They should just go back to bed and hide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at English.
This is a universal human reaction. We call this catastrophizing. But I have a different mental model for it that I think fits perfectly today. We call it the broken room.
The broken room. Walk us through this.
Okay. Imagine your life is a large, beautiful house.
I like this visualization.
In this house, there are many rooms. You have the work room, you have the family room, you have the hobbies room,
And of course, you have the English study room.
naturally.
Okay, so I am walking through my house.
You walk into the English study room or the work room, and you flip the switch, pop. The light bulb explodes, it's dark, there is glass on the floor.
Okay, that is annoying. It is a problem.
It is a problem. But here's the critical question. Just because the light is broken in the English room, does that mean the family room has to be dark too?
No. The wiring is different. The family room is fine.
Does it mean the kitchen is broken? Does it mean the TV doesn't work?
No. The rest of the house is fully functional.
Exactly. But what do we do on a bad day? We have one bad interaction in the English room, we make a mistake, and then we grab a baseball bat, run into the family room, and smash the lights.
We do.
Then we run into the kitchen and smash the plates.
It sounds insane when you say it like that. But we say, I felt stupid in the meeting, so now I'm going to be grumpy with my spouse.
Right.
And I'm going to skip the gym, and I'm going to eat a bag of chips.
We let the darkness from one room spread to the entire house. We contaminate our whole life because of one mistake.
So we need to stop breaking the other lights. What is the vocabulary word for the person who can keep the lights on?
The word is resilient.
Resilient, R-E-S-I-L-I-E-N-T. It is a strong word.
It is. In physics, resilience describes a material that can be stretched or squashed and then returns to its original shape, like a rubber band.
Versus glass, which just shatters.
Right. If you are fragile, like glass, one mistake breaks you. If you are resilient, you fall down, but you stand up again.
I think it's important to clarify, being resilient doesn't mean you don't feel bad, right?
Yeah. No. You can feel terrible. You can say, man, I really messed up that presentation. That was embarrassing.
Right.
A resilient person acknowledges the broken light. They sweep up the glass, but then they close the door and say, okay, that room is dark right now, but I am going to go into the kitchen and cook a delicious dinner.
They compartmentalize?
They do not let one emotion kill the whole day. They protect the other rooms.
That is a life skill.
Yeah.
Now, there is a flip side to this. Resilience is about bouncing back when something goes wrong.
Yes.
But sometimes nothing is wrong. Sometimes we just don't want to do it.
Ah, the laziness factor.
The inertia. I know I have days where I need to study or I need to write, and I am just staring at the wall. I feel heavy.
The laziness passenger is in the front seat putting his feet on the dashboard.
Exactly. So how do we handle that? Because resilient doesn't feel like the right word there. I haven't failed. I'm just stopped.
Correct. For this, we need a different energy. We need the word relentless.
Relentless. That sounds intense. It sounds like a movie action hero.
It is intense. To be relentless means you do not stop. It means you keep moving forward, even when it is hard, even when it is boring, even when you are exhausted.
It's the absence of pausing.
Yes. Think of water cutting through a rock. It doesn't happen because the water is strong. It happens because the water is relentless. It just keeps coming.
And there is a phrasal verb that pairs perfectly with this. Powering through.
Oh, I use this one all the time. I just need to power through this.
What does that image bring to mind for you?
It feels like walking against a strong wind. You have to lean forward. You have to use your muscles. To power through means to finish the work even when you feel resistance.
I want to be careful here. Because some listeners might hear relentless and think, oh no, I have to study English for 4 hours a day, every single day until I die.
That is the quickest way to burn out. That is not being relentless. That is being obsessive.
So what is the healthy version of being relentless?
The healthy version is about consistency, not intensity. It's the non-zero day.
Explain that.
If you are feeling incredibly lazy and you don't want to study, just do 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes.
Just 10, or even 5. Read one page. Listen to one song in English.
And that counts as being relentless.
Absolutely. Because you didn't stop. You kept the momentum alive. Being relentless means showing up, even if you only show up a little bit. It is fixing one light and keeping going.
That makes it feel so much more achievable. It takes the pressure off. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to not stop.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the internal world being composed.
Yes.
We have talked about the house resilience and powering through. But now we need to open the front door and go outside.
Into the world of other people.
This is where it gets tricky. Because we can control our own car, but we cannot control other drivers.
No, we cannot. And unfortunately, other people can be difficult, especially when you are learning a language.
Now, there's a specific challenge that English learners face regarding judgment, and it centers around one very dangerous word, stereotype.
Yes. Let's define this properly. A stereotype is a simple, fixed, and often unfair idea about a group of people.
It's a mental shortcut.
It is. The brain likes shortcuts. It sees person X and thinks trait Y, but usually it is wrong.
And for our listeners, what is this specific stereotype they often encounter?
It is the intelligence gap. The stereotype is if this person speaks slowly or has a thick accent or makes grammar mistakes, they must not be very smart.
Which makes my blood boil. Because we know the truth. You could be a nuclear physicist in your native language.
Yes.
You could be a poet. You could be the funniest person in the room.
Yeah.
But in English, you sound like a child.
It is incredibly frustrating. You feel trapped behind the language barrier. And when you see someone treating you like you are stupid because of your accent, it hurts.
It really hurts. It attacks your identity. So practically speaking, how do we use self-control in that moment? Because my impulse, if someone treats me like I'm stupid, is to get angry.
Of course, the anger passenger wants to grab the wheel and scream, but that won't help. We need to develop something else. We need to grow a thick skin.
Grow a thick skin. I love this idiom. It is so visual.
What image comes to your mind?
I think of a rhinoceros or an elephant, something with armor.
Exactly. Imagine an animal with very thick, tough skin. If a mosquito lands on a rhino, does the rhino cry?
The rhino doesn't even feel it.
If a thorny bush scratches the elephant, does it get injured? No.
Yeah.
That is what we mean. To grow a thick skin means you stop letting every small comment or judgment penetrate your soul.
You become less permeable.
You realize that their judgment is small. It is a mosquito bite. It doesn't have to ruin your day.
And there's a phrase that describes the action of the rhino walking away. Rise above it.
Yes, to rise above it. This brings back the vertical dimension. Imagine you are physically going to a higher level.
High ground.
The other person is down in the mud. They are judging. They are being rude. They are using stereotypes. That is low behavior.
So you don't go down there to fight them.
No, you stay up high. You refuse to join the drama. You say to yourself, I know who I am. I know I am smart. I know I am learning. Their opinion does not matter.
That requires so much confidence.
It does. But it is the only way to survive. If you stop every time a dog barks, you will never reach your destination.
That is a great quote.
Yeah.
And this connects to our final vocabulary word. Because if you have a thick skin and you aren't worried about what everyone thinks, you can finally be decisive.
Decisive. This is a trait of all successful leaders.
Define it for us.
Being decisive means making clear choices quickly and sticking to them. It is the opposite of hesitation.
How does this connect to language learning and stereotypes?
Well, think about why we are usually indecisive. Why do we hesitate to order food? Why do we hesitate to speak up in a meeting?
Because we are afraid of making a mistake.
And we are afraid of judgment. We are afraid that people will laugh. We are waiting for permission.
I see. So indecision is actually fear of other people's opinions.
Often, yes. I have a personal story about this. I used to be terrified of making decisions in my second language. I would stare at the menu for 20 minutes, terrified I would pronounce the wrong thing.
So what did you do?
I looked around waiting for someone to help me. I was paralyzed.
Yeah.
But once I learned to grow a thick skin, I realized, okay, if I pronounce it wrong, so what? If the waiter laughs, so what?
You removed the fear of the consequence.
Exactly. And suddenly I could be decisive. I could look at the menu point and say, I want that. Boom. Done.
It is freedom.
It is total freedom. Being decisive means you trust yourself more than you fear others.
That is powerful. You trust yourself more than you fear others. I think that summarizes the whole journey we have been on today.
It really does.
So let's bring it all back to the beginning. We have covered a lot of ground. We have driven a long way.
We have.
If we look at our car analogy one last time, how do we summarize the ultimate form of self-control?
It is simple. Your goals are the driver. Your goal to be fluent. Your goal to be strong. Your goal to be happy. That goal holds the wheel.
And the emotions, the anger, the fear, the laziness.
They are still there. We didn't kill them. They are sitting in the passenger seats. But, and this is the rule, they must wear a seatbelt.
I love the seatbelt rule.
They can come along for the ride. They can look out the window. They can even chat a little bit, but they are strapped in. They cannot touch the controls.
They are passengers, not pilots.
Exactly.
This has been such a helpful deep dive. I feel more composed just talking about it.
Me too. I think I am ready to handle my alarm clock tomorrow morning.
One day at a time. Thank you so much for joining us on English Unlocked. We hope this gives you the tools to handle your own car a little better.
It was a pleasure.
Now, before we sign off, we have a small challenge for you. We don't want you to just listen. We want you to be active.
Yes, we want you to be relentless in your learning. So go to the comment section right now.
We want you to write one sentence.
Yes.
Just one. Use one of the new words we learned today.
You can use composed, you can use resilient, you can use decisive, or tell us about a time you had to grow thick skin.
We read every single one. We cannot wait to see your sentences. Show us your self-control.
Do it now. Don't let the laziness passenger stop you.
We will see you next time. Bye.